Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to the next episode of Cities Skylines After Dark. Thank you very much for joining me. We're here in Biffshireton, trying to remember the name correctly. And I've got a load of things to show you today. Today we're going to look at a couple of mods that are already working here in City Skyline After Dark, and they add something. You may even notice one of them already. If I sort of look this way and look that way, can you maybe tell which mod is working? Perhaps not, perhaps not. Let me show you. I've been sort of looking through. I don't have access to any official working mods for After Dark yet, but I've been trying out a few of the ones that can change how the game looks visually. And here we go, press the F8 menu, and we have a couple of mods here that we can get working. Ambient occlusion and sun shafts. Here we go, let's turn... you notice at the top of the screen there, the sun shafts had this sort of haze along the top here. It's gone, it's come back. I quite like it. It's sort of, the sun was rising. When I was testing it out, the sun rose over the mountains, and it really added some lovely sun shafts. Get my teeth in. Some lovely sun shafts. If we turn it off, there we go. It just adds a little something along with the sort of morning fog that we get. What's happening now? Is it getting to night time? It is getting to night time, so that's why there's more sun shafts than there was earlier. There we go. The sun is going down, and you can sort of see we can up that a bit to ridiculous amounts if it's a really sunny day. But I've been just enjoying having that on just slightly, just to add a little bit. Another thing. Oh, and all these mods are going to be added to my collection. By the end of this episode, you will be able to go to Steam. I will give you a link and look at my collection for all the mods and assets that I'll be using in this game. So, in this series. The next one that we have here is the Ambient Occlusion mod, which is this little bit at the top here. We can turn that on and off. Now, this is sort of a subtle change to the way the game works. What's that flashing light on the top of... Oh, there's a flashing light on the top of the water tower. Never seen that before. In the top of these, in case a plane comes in low. Let's take a look close up at the building. Before we do that one, let me just press this one here. Make sure that's reset. We'll come back to dynamic resolution. So let's look closely at the buildings here. And at the moment we have it turned off, so this is the normal rendering of the game. If we turn that on, maybe just sort of most notice it around the cross-hatching of the building here. It slightly changes. Look down here, you can see shadows slightly being added into the game, adding a little bit more resolution around the cars, along the curbway, and I like it. I've got it tweaked sort of to a level that I like. You can change, we've got it turned on. If I change the radius, actually if I put the intensity up and change the radius, you can see if you don't have it set right, you get these sort of jaggedy lines. Let's put the intensity all the way up, just so you can sort of see the effect. And it sort of sweeps in and then goes out again. So it's one of those things you can sort of tweak to get it to a level that you like. I tend to have the intensity down. Let's have a look. Down and set about there. I can't remember exactly what I had it at, but I like the way it adds that little extra bit of shadow. Let's just fiddle with that a bit higher up, see if we can get... Actually, that's not too bad up there, look. Get some nice extra shadow without the line detail. I like it, and when you're a bit further out, you can see it just sort of... It darkens it slightly, but it's adding more shadow around things, a little bit more depth to the picture, and I like that. That's very nice. And as you saw, let's turn the F8 menu off and press F10. We have the dynamic resolution mod, and adding those other things does drop my FPS ever so slightly, so I may fiddle with those a bit after I finish showing them to you. But this is the internal resolution of the game at 100%, 1920 by 966. Shouldn't that be 1080? I don't know why it says that, but there we go. That did say 1080 before. And you can sort of adjust this up and down to get it to work. And if you get it to 200 to 250%, it's basically an internal resolution of 4K. So let's drop that down again. Let's reset that. Let's get to 200, almost 4K, and this one will be 4K. We can apply that, so you can see the game slows to a crawl. That's even with my GTX 970. Let's reset that again. It does that, but you can see, I mean, even just a little... Let's find a building that's got a bit of extra detail and light and stuff like that. Here we go. Let's look at these here. Sally's. We'll upgrade that a couple of slots and apply it. And you can see it does just increase the resolution slightly. If you look at the lines around the door, let's go up again. There we go. It takes away those, so it does crispen things up. But you are going to pay with a drop in frames per second. So there we go. Frames per second's gone back up again. I'm hitting 60 again, as I can see on the side of my screen. Always goes down a tiny bit when you zoom in. So there we go, some mods that you can play with, and also the last one that we have is this one here, the Terraforming mod. Oh, let me add that to my list so I don't forget. I want to add that as well. That is working. It costs money to use that. I always thought it was free, but it isn't. So we can raise lower land, level things out, all that sort of stuff, if we need to. And that is working fine, so really pleased with that. So let's do some work on our city. And yet, don't forget, I will put the collection below so you can go and check that out. And we have a real need to get some more houses in here. That is something we were going to work on after last episode. Thank you guys as well for the great feedback you've been giving me. I've really appreciated it. Oh, look. Look. I'm not going to delete all of those. Do you know what I'm going to try? These needs. Now, this is something I haven't tried before. Let's take a look at one of these. We'll pick this one here. Abandoned because there are not enough workers. It seems that people would rather go to university and college and whatnot, even though we don't have one, than come and work at the farm. Well, we can change that. So I'm going to pick this area here. We don't have this selected at all, do we? No. Let's maybe pick... Yeah, this is a bit nearer. We'll pick this one here. Hopefully I've got this option available. We shall see. Let's... It does sort of jump from junction to junction, sort of, doesn't it? There we go. And let's fill that in. And there's something new that you can do. Walnut Heights, this is going to be called. Let's look at our policies. Schools out. The citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small portion of the eligible citizens will go to study in university. We're going to add that one there. So these people are less likely to go to school. They are more likely to work. And that means that there'll be more residents available. How many is there in this area here? Population 0. Ah, that is because that... Okay, we need to remove that policy there. That is not going to work on those. We need that on a residential area. So let's do it on this middle residential area here. And that means that they are more likely to want to work. And they are quite likely to head out and work in those farms. That is where they are needing jobs. Yep, there we go. Briarwood Heights. Did I sort of cover all of that? I did. I covered that well enough. Briarwood Heights. Let's set the schools out policy there. Fantastic. So we have a population of 729, which could grow. We don't have access to these yet. 6,500 is our aim. So hopefully they will start heading over here and working in these areas. As I continue, we shall see how that goes. Right, I'm going to lay some roads out over here, and I will be back with you once I'm done. Okay, there we go. Just got another little area set in there. And we've got some people filling it up, which is good. Let's just have a look there. He's not going to get electricity unless some people decide to move in right next to him. So let's sort that out. There we go. That'll help the park out, which is good. We'll get some visitors, and it'll increase the happiness of the area too. So just looking at here, you may have noticed, we're looking at this figure here of workers, 0 of 0. So that's a bit weird. They prefer working over education. So I'm wondering whether, because some of them are already in education, it takes a while for that to kick in, perhaps. Perhaps. We shall see how that goes. So let's take a look around our city and see how things are going. We haven't checked out these for a while. So electricity, there we go. That is going to become a problem soon. Don't think as many of those were abandoned as they were before. Hopefully. Let's see. Can we get... We're going over here, aren't we, really, for these. Let's see if we can get us 8 megawatt one right at the end. 8. Just. There we go. That will help. Good, good. Water availability. That's going to start becoming a problem. So let's add another one of these in. Where are we sucking in the water? Must be around here somewhere. Hey! Do we not have one of these? Are we still using just water towers here? I believe we are. Let's add one of these. A water pumping station to really help with our water intake. And that's as far as we can go over here. So if we just add that there. And we can add the pipe, connect that. Fantastic. So that'll give us a nice boost as well. And he will get electricity from there. There we go. Look at that. And we need to increase our sewer treatment. Do you want to make sure that everything is going well? I think that'll be fine. That'll increase. Will it? It's attached. Go on, you know you want to. There we go. Fantastic. So landfill usage is filling up. We have the one landfill at 77% full. That's okay. We can add another one of those over there next to that. So that'll take care of that. 38%. Good, good. Elementary school, high school, university we don't have yet, do we? Undergraduate library. Ah, yes, I wanted to add that last time, didn't I? Well, let's just fix the elementary school problem first. Here we go. We could do with another school area over here, couldn't we? Have our nice school district there. We could just add another one here, which connects both together. Let's do that. There we go. Let's assist that with power. Nope, that's going to get power. That's fine. So that should take care of that. High school is okay at the moment. We'll come back to the undergraduate library. What are these saying here? Too few services. Okay, well, we shall work on that. We shall work on that. That's one of the things we need to do. And let's see, what else do we have a real need for? Citizen happiness, not too bad. Offices, we don't have those yet. Healthcare and death care is fine. By the look of it. Oh, yep. Not too many sick. Plenty of room for that. So we're doing okay, so that's good. Traffic, no issues with traffic. Fantastic, although we're not too big yet. Pollution is starting to spread. So it's going to start getting near to the school. Do you know what I could do? I could do with placing a load of trees along here. Pollution? Trees suck up pollution, do they not? We shall see. There we go. So we've added a nice bit of a forest in there. I may continue working on this, add a few more trees in, and until we get the tree brush mod, yeah, it's placing trees individually. But I think it looks quite nice. I think it looks quite nice. Whether it's going to affect the pollution or not, I don't know. But we shall see. I just thinking, looking at the back of the school, we've got a nice little forest that you can walk into. Fantastic. Our population is going up nicely. What's happening over here? We are having a brownout. We are having some power issues. Let's fix that. Can we get a 8? I don't think we can. Let's get a 7 here and a 7 here. And we're going to add one more. Because why not? We have all the money. Hopefully that sorts that out. Man, water and power, the main things that cause problems in this game. Seriously, is that not enough? We will probably be relocating all of this at some point. That's a 6. Because this area is getting worse. 2 6s, so we're not going to place any more of those. Yes. So we've had a population explosion over here. Have we had any workers? Still no workers heading over to our farms. Although, there's less people Do you know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to do the same here, I think. I'm going to set this whole thing up. Here we go, as a uneducated worker section. Just this top bit here. Here we go, and add that schools out policy. And see what happens. See if we can increase the workers heading over to our farms and get those going, because that's really going to give us some good income. So that's what I'm hoping for. As you notice, we hit the busy town achievements. So we've got level 4 unique buildings, leisure and tourism unique buildings, oil industry, tourism, free public transportation, all sorts of things, and a whole ton of new roads which we've been looking for. Some of these which are really good. We started briefly looking at some of these unlocks that we have, these new buildings, lots of things, but these are the new ones that I like to look at. These jet ski rentals, these things that go along the pier, they look really, really nice. Go along the pier, go along the beach, is what I was thinking of. We have a lovely beach along here. Unfortunately, it's rich in oil, so that is probably going to be left untouched for my oil industry. Where else do we have? This bit along here will probably be good once we get there. There's no beach there, although I could add a beach in. Now we have the terraforming tool. I could have a little play with that. What is that plane? It was like glowing. Oh, it's probably the sun shafts or something. Let's have a look. We can unlock some areas here. So we could unlock here and start working on this waterfront. I could chip away at some of this land there, see how that works. Maybe we will give that a go. Let's buy 6,400. That sounds good to me. And then we have some nice waterfront there. Also, let's have a look at the price. Yep, worth a lot of money. I'm wondering whether this will be affected if I start chipping away at this land. I'm not sure. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the game. Quick save. And we're going to see if I can manoeuvre some of this and make a bigger beach area. I've not used this tool before, so this will be interesting to see how this works. Well, as you saw there, this can actually cost a lot of money. I've spent nearly all of it. Look, if I just use the smooth tool, if I hold it in one place, my money just goes down. So I can smooth that out, so now we can't see. Because it's getting dark, but good grief, it burns through money. Fortunately, there's Control Z. We can just undo all of that, and the land is back, and I've got all my money back. The only thing it doesn't undo is this colouring option here, which I've coloured that all yellow as if it was going to be sand. So I think I'm going to leave that for now. I don't want to spend all of my money, my hard-earned cash, at the moment. So, yes, we need some more commercial. We're edging closer, ever closer. Let's turn this into commercial here. There we go, at the end there. We're edging ever closer to our... What's our next milestone? Let's take a quick look. Next milestone is 6,500. We're getting there. And then we can start unlocking some of this stuff, the high density, which I really want to get, which will be fantastic. So looking forward to that. Let's just take a quick browse. We're given some extra things here. We have a church with a graveyard, which will be interesting to add in, I think. We can make a nice little area for that. But we really wanted to add in the undergraduate library. It's going to cost us $60,000. Or simoleons. Not simoleons, are they? Whatever they're called. Based on the University of Illinois. I'm not sure whether that counts as a university. It says it has a student capacity of 4,000. And we don't actually get the university yet, but I think we're going to add that in over here. Let's have a look. Opposite this school, I like the fact that you can sort of have a campus and have things nearby to each other. But let's see where we could perhaps fit this in. Space already occupied. Let's just delete that. What is the space already occupied about? Is that about my trees? That may be to do with my trees. That's not going to pop in anywhere here, is it? Let's just delete some of these. All my lovely tree placement. We can always put those back. No, it's the road it doesn't like. It needs to be a straight road. Okay, let's see if we can fix this then. Oh, this will be interesting. That's going to mess up that building there, isn't it? Will it fit in a bit further along? I'm getting space already occupied everywhere. Will it just not go on a road? Yes, it will go on a nice straight road. Shall I monkey with this road? I think I'm going to have to. It's going to cost us money. That's going to cost me 2,000 to move. Let's move it well out the way. If we do have a spare piece of land, it's not going to mess anything up. Doesn't look like we do. Where can we put the school for now? There we go. The school is now going well over there. Let's delete. Oh, this is a shame. Yeah, let's try that. And let's get a straight road in here. And hopefully... Bang! There we go. Fantastic. Just squeeze it in there. Everybody's happy again. Let's come out of that menu and let's move this back over here. There we go. Fantastic. The University of Illinois. That looks rather nice, doesn't it? I like that with the tree. Little quadrangle, we would have called that at school. So, upkeep. A lot per week. Okay, well, we're making money, but, you know, not maybe as much as we were before. Students, university students in the city. So it does act as a university. Okay, that's fine. No problem at all. Right, I need to tidy up this area, don't I? Okay, there we go, and there it is confirmed. University access availability 4,000. That does count as a university. Let's have a look. Elementary school, high school. Things are dropping down again. Good grief. We need to have another school district. That was almost an English sentence there. Somewhere out in our city. So let's just check out how our workers are doing again. Sunset Square. Workers 0 of 0. I'm not sure whether that figure there is slightly bugged. Or whether that means workers as in... Let's have a look at Walnut Heights. Workers. Ah, okay. I think it means how many people are actually working in that area. That's what it is, not how many workers are going out. That makes sense. So let's just add a district. Oh, new building. What have we got? Oh, bus station. Yes, buses. We're going to be working on those. Transportation, I think, will be next episode. That's going to be the theme. Oh, we already have this here. Beach Square, workers. 930 out of 1,529. So, better than it was. Yep, not so many abandoned buildings in our area here, which is fantastic. Oh, so that worked out quite well. Not all of these going to school with our new policy of schools out. Brilliant. So let's have a look. What can we add? Oh, we're still waiting for the 6,500. We will get there. I might need to expand this little square again, I think. So let's do that now. It's just going to be a 1,200 block. There we go. And we'll add that in there. And we'll make all of that this. There we go. Fantastic. Another thing, I'm not sure whether the noise... Let's have a look. Yeah, there's noise here, but it's not too bad. Doesn't spread too far. Again, I know I can put trees along here which will minimise the noise. We can see here, there's more trees, less noise. These roads, that's not making much noise. That one is, for some reason. Why is that making more noise? Let's see whether a load of trees will make a difference to that. What should we go for the trees down the middle here? We've got so many different ones. What's this one here? The shady tree right. No, that's going to be safe for special occasions. Bushes and all sorts. Large bush. Cypress tree. We have a balloon. That's quite small. Let me have a look through. So let's see whether that's made a difference. Just doing a little test. Not overly, I don't know. I mean, the houses are still getting noise from this here. It seems to change depending on how many people are travelling down there, but we will do something with this middle section anyway at some point, so that will be a work in progress. Let's give these guys some water so they're not complaining. Can we cover that all in one? Almost. This guy here is going to complain if we don't do something about that. There we go. Electricity's fine. There we go. Good. Oh, lacking electricity again. We're going to have to go for one of these. Although it's 6,000... Oh, 8,000. Let's go for an oil power plant, I think. That's going to give us 120 megawatts. Yeah, we just want to get on top of this. Let's add this over here. Somewhere away from the city where it's not going to cause too many problems. Let's see, maybe we can just extend this road along the coast here. Let's make this a coast road. It's a real coast road. There we go, fantastic. And then we'll add the oil power plant down here, just sort of out the way of everything else really. Although, oh, that's going to pollute the waters, isn't it, above this? Do you know what? I didn't even think of that. How is our pollution doing? That is not good. We want to move that well up here, out the way. I don't care how much that costs. That is moving. And let's add that in. If we go straight across there. There we go. Got to be careful of that. So, I don't want to pollute all of this. So maybe this actually should go down here somewhere, where all the pollution is anyway. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, we have a new coast road along here. Let's just check. Electricity is still connected, that's good. We can actually remove these. Don't think we need them anymore. There we go. We have a few added in here, which is a bit weird. Let's take that out. We don't need that. There's lots here we don't need, isn't there? There we go. Let's remove all of those. They're still connected. So let's add our oil in the middle here somewhere. Without removing anything. There we go. So that might pollute this a bit down here, but it's being polluted anyway. So, yes, there we go. That is going to hopefully sort out our electricity problems for a long time. Oh, this doesn't have power. We could just give that one of these, couldn't we? How much power does it need? Does it actually tell us? Doesn't say, but we can give that a nice wind turbine. No, that is not the one. We could give that one of these. 5 megawatts, and also we could run a road out to this. I like these having these coast roads because it looks like it should be there. You know, people need to travel to work down here, don't they? We could actually add a car park to the side of this, and we could still make this look nice for the people that work here, couldn't we? There we go. I don't think you complain coming to work there, would you? A nice little car park with a bit of a park in there for the kids as well. Come and visit Daddy at the oil power station and don't breathe in too much while you're here. Yes, that would be the idea. Well, I think that is going to have to wrap it up for this episode. I hope you found that enjoyable. Some mods that you can try out as well. We're increasing, we're getting there, we're not doing too bad. I was hoping to make it to 6,500 by the end of this episode, and you know what? If we hang on for 2 seconds and speed things up a little bit, I think we actually will, which means we're going to have more cool stuff to play with next time. We need to do some more increasing. We've got more workers coming in. What are they complaining about? Let's have a look. He's not complaining. Which one is complaining? This one here. Nope, let's try one of these. Not enough workers still, so we do need to do some more expansion. But they're not abandoned anymore, which is fantastic. So that's really good. We could, while we're waiting to hit this new landmark, let's just add another road in here and get some more industry going, because it says we need some. Let's do 2 more. It's going to kick in before I finish this, I know it is. Oh, yeah, let's straighten that out. Let's get this in quick. There we go. Fantastic. Big town, 6,500. Brilliant. Leisure specialisation, all sorts of things. And this is what I've been waiting for. Offices and high density stuff as well. And prison, that's something brand new. So we're going to look at all that next episode. Thank you again for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the episode. Tell your friends as well. Tell them to come and watch City Skylines After Dark with Biffa. I will see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.